Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Professional and Transitions meeting for Tuesday, January 25th, 2022. I am Tony Calabrese, your facilitator for these meetings, the meetings that we hold on an every other week basis on Tuesday morning. Um, this morning, we're privileged to have Amanda Eigen, Head of Library Services, with us from the Maplewood Library. And a little bit about the history of this group. This group actually was in person until the middle of 2020, and the Maplewood Library was our home. In fact, for the first several years, it was at the main branch on Baker Street. And then about 2015 or 16, we moved to the branch on Springfield Avenue, the Hilton branch. And that's when I first met Amanda Eigen. She was actually my contact when I first went to the new branch. And she helped me so much in terms of getting things set up as far as with the room and everything like that. Amanda has been with the Maplewood Library since 2004 in a variety of different roles. She has a master's in library science, and she is a South Orange resident, so she is very invested in the community. And even if you're on this call and you're not a member of the Maplewood Library or what have you, I think you're going to find it very valuable, because what Amanda has to share and the resource has to share, you may find in a number of other libraries. In fact, I know when I became a coach and started working at the library with my clients and all, it was eye-opening to me what they had available. And so again, as another tool in your search, I think you're going to find the library very valuable. So Amanda, I'm going to turn it over to you, and you should be able to share your screen. Also, too, if people have any questions, they can put them in the chat and I'll relay them to Amanda, or you can choose to save your questions to the end. Amanda's agreed graciously to stay around after the presentation and answer questions. So Amanda, it's yours.
Thank you. Thank you. It's nice to be here with all of you this morning. I'm also fine with, as we go through the website, if you have questions on anything, you can just shout them out, and I'll tell you that we'll either circle back to it or I'll answer you as best I can right in the moment. So as Tony said, I'm Amanda Eigen. I'm Head of Library Services for Maplewood Library. I've been at the library for since 2004. And I love to do these kinds of programs, and I call it bragging rights. It gives me the right to kind of show off what the library has to offer. I will try to focus on the general resources that I believe are available at most libraries. And I will point out the resources that are specific to Maplewood and to our consortium. But those often require a library barcode. So my first plug is to go to your local library, wherever that may be, your home library, where you pay rent or taxes, and get a library card. Because libraries throughout the state and throughout the country, throughout the world, have valuable resources, particularly in this area of job searching. So I am going to go ahead and share my screen, and the screen that you're going to see is the Maplewood Library website. Everybody seeing the Maplewood Library website? Okay, great. And hold on one second. Okay, so this is maplewoodlibrary.org. And again, most of the resources that I'm going to show you this morning are available to you from any computer anywhere. I will point out the ones that require a library card, just so that you are aware of those. But those are resources that if you choose to come into the library, you can access them as well. So I'm just going to ask, if you have your mic open, if you could mute yourself, unless you have a question. So from the top bar here, navigation bar, we're going to go to research and research a topic. And then if we scroll down, you can see on the right-hand nav bar, help for job seekers. And this is where we're going to spend our time this morning. So under help for job seekers, you will see at the very top, we have this group listed right here. And we also have a couple of resume and cover letter builders. I'm just going to show you the broad strokes and then we'll circle back. We have COVID-19 job resources, and then job listings and researching employers, networking and professional associations, and seasonal jobs, that focuses on the national parks, that one website. So back to the top, Ferguson's requires a library card, and New Jersey Career Connections Professionals in Transition, you're all aware of because you're here. So we're going to spend a little time on Job and Career Accelerator. This is a fantastic resource. Where is it? Career preparation. So if I go to, I'm going to go back to home for a second. Hold on one moment. Something just happened here. Okay. Job and Career Accelerator. So it brings you to this homepage, which is an Ebsco learning prep. And then there are a lot of resources here. We have adult core skills, which is personal education and career goals. And then we have career preparation. I'm going to go to career preparation. And here you can do job search and workplace skills, learn more about a career. And there is a wealth of information here for civil service exams, commercial driver's license, EMS service, firefighting, law enforcement. So if I go to career preparation, learn more about a career, I can find more information about careers in allied health, caseworking, the culinary arts. It drills down and down in a variety of ways here. Then here, centers, it's the same. It's the career preparation way to learn more about a career. High school equivalency center. So it's very well structured, very well organized. And then here under adult core skills, we can work on math skills, being a better reader, improving writing, and there's even information on citizenship. Okay. So I'm going to go back to, oh, sorry about that. I'm going to go back to research a topic, and everything will open in a new tab. So under research, under help for job seekers, we have the New Jersey Career Connections. And then it's a little, I'm going to work on this because to me, it's a little deceptive. When I first came here, I didn't realize that this was its own link. I thought it was just highlighting the professionals in transition, but then when in preparation for meeting with you all, you can click on it and it brings you to the state of New Jersey. And here's some information about one-stop career centers. It's a pop-up. Could I just get a verbal, do people know about the one-stop career centers?
No.
Okay, so One Stop Career Centers is sponsored by the state. It is, I'm not going to focus too heavily on it because it is not necessarily for, professional or higher level positions. It's more for entry level positions, but it is a service that is available to everyone in the state who is looking for work. And you fill out a career services request form to learn about resources and training that are available, and then to make an appointment. So this is a pop-up from the New Jersey Labor and Career Services webpage, and that might be useful to some of you. But then from here, we see the Department of Labor and Workforce Development Career Services page. And this is, I want to spend a little bit of time here. There is a huge amount of information. It is New Jersey based, but you can get one-on-one support through the new one-stop career centers. You can take free online courses. And here you can look for a new job. Further down, there are apprenticeship opportunities, and employment, reemployment orientation, looking for business services. So if you have a business or you're starting your own business, this is a page that can help you build your business and help you grow your business with resources through the state. And then there is also information here about current trends in the labor market. So scrolling back up, if we go to looking for a new job, you just click on Start Your Search. Getting started, you do need to create a free account, but it is free, which is awfully nice. I'll put in, I think I may have done this, so my apologies. And it started me with a whole login. All right, so it takes me through a whole, you have to create a whole account. Does anyone have an account with the state? No? Okay. Okay, would you like me to go through this so that we can get to the page, or do you think you have it from here? Anyone?
Yeah, no, I could figure it out. Thank you.
Okay, okay, sure. So there is a lot behind the curtain of registration, and it's really just a statistical, they just want to be able to, sorry, I'm having trouble here. There we go. Tony, do you know if there's a way to move this bar so I can't, it keeps popping? Oh, there we go. Okay, so we'll go back to career services. There is a ton of information here, but it does require that you create your own account. Back to research a topic. So I'm going to go down to the job listings and just go through these. Any questions so far? Okay. I'm going to go to job listings and then research employers, and then I'll circle back to the COVID-19 resources from there. So newjersey.com jobs, that's basically it's the same as this. NJ.com is the Star Ledger that offers jobs that are available in New Jersey. America Jobs is at the federal level. And then there's New Jersey Civil Service Jobs. Craigslist is good for local jobs. Then we have, these are probably all sites that you're familiar with: Monster, Indeed, Simply Hired, Glassdoor. So Indeed gets a lot of traction for being kind of the, it's sort of a go-to for more entry-level positions. Simply Hired and Glassdoor tend to require more education and be more higher level. And I believe Glassdoor also offers networking within the site, kind of like LinkedIn Jobs. Careerbuilder, let's go to Careerbuilder for a minute. So Careerbuilder offers jobs, also upload and build resume, and they have a salary search and a career advice. And what I like about the salary search is that you can put in a job title such as, let's say, accounting or account. And I'll just put in Maplewood. And so this is going to show you that Maplewood area pays a little bit above the national average for accounting positions in the area. So this is helpful if you happen to have an interview and you make it to the point where you're talking about salary. It's a nice way without having to use your library barcode as some of the other sites that do this kind of thing require. You can see what competitive salaries are offering are in the area. Any questions on this so far? Okay.
No.
Okay, so that's something that I like about Careerbuilder. LinkedIn, I know I bet I can guess that most of you all have a LinkedIn account. It is a registration and login required, but it is a great networking site. I balked at using it for years and years, and now I'm connecting with librarians and library workers all over the country. It's kind of cool. So even if you're not employed, if you have a favored industry, it's a good way to hear about jobs and positions in your field that you might not otherwise hear about. USA Jobs is federal jobs. America Jobs is federal government jobs in New Jersey, but USA is federal jobs all across the country. Idealist is for jobs with nonprofits. That's a specific focus. And then there are internships, LinkedIn internships, jobs for veterans, and then a disability job exchange, which is for individuals with disabilities. So would anyone like to, is there any specific job listing site that you'd like to focus on here, or I can take you through a bunch of them, show you some differences? Okay, I'll keep going. And please tell me if it's boring you. I mean, if this is stuff you already know, we can move on to other things for sure. So
Amanda, I think what you highlighted about the difference, like when you said Careerbuilder, you can look for the salary search. If you have any highlights, high level highlights, that would be helpful to me.
sure. So a lot of these sites do offer the same kind of information. And I know that when you are looking for a job, it can be really frustrating because it's like, I'm just seeing the same things over and over again. I do think with something like Glassdoor, which is my understanding is that it is more of a higher level search that oh, come on, let's just go. So it's asking me to tell a little bit about myself. So it does require a little more personal information, but I do think, and I know sometimes people are skeptical about providing that information, but on the career building websites, I think it's really important to give as much information as you are comfortable giving, because that goes into your profile and it goes into, so when people are looking to fill positions, they are seeing, they're seeing you on paper. So as much as you are willing to provide, I think it's really important. Let me just, I'm going to cheat first. Yeah, I'm going to cheat for a second and go to my notes here. And if you could please mute yourself if you're not asking a question, that would be great. So I'm getting an echo. I don't know if, okay. So like I said, like Careerbuilder, sorry, who is somebody not have themselves muted? If you could mute, it's very distracting to have the. Okay, thank you. So back to Careerbuilder, as I started to say, it attracts, let me go back to my notes here for a second. So it is more expensive for employers than Monster and Indeed. Indeed is the most, I'm sorry, I find it really distracting. If somebody could, Tony, I don't know if that's you, but if you have the ability to mute people. Thank you. Yeah, so Careerbuilder attracts higher level positions from the employer perspective because they have to pay more to advertise their jobs there. So that's something to take into consideration. I think Monster and Indeed are great. Indeed definitely has the greatest amount of jobs, but it doesn't have the, it doesn't kind of filter out to a higher level or a higher education level or a more of a white glove, I guess one would say. So that's useful information to know. And then scrolling down to researching employers, Reference USA is, and Business Source Elite are, these are library card required research sites. And I do want to spend a little time on Reference USA because my understanding is that most libraries do offer it in-house. We certainly do. So you can come to the library and use Reference USA. There is also the Better Business Bureau, which I highly recommend if you are researching companies. It is a great starting place to get a general sense of a company that you're looking at. Let's say, for example, that you are a paralegal and you're looking for a job with a law firm. You can start by searching, and let's say that you've gotten yourself a couple of interviews. You can search all businesses, which are Better Business Bureau accredited and non-accredited, and Better Business Bureau accredited only. Now, if you're in the position where you're searching for a job and this isn't the gold standard anymore that I think it used to be. There are so many companies out there. So if we look at credited and non-accredited, it is a useful tool to understand that a law firm is an accredited, or any firm, that any company that you're looking at has accreditation from the Better Business Bureau. It's another gauge. So if you're comparing job opportunities and one has a Better Business Bureau rating and the other does not, or one has a higher Better Business rating than the other, that might be helpful to you as you're looking. So I do like Better Business Bureau for that information. So I do want to look at Reference USA for a moment. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but it is a really useful tool if you are researching an employer or if you are researching starting your own company or your own business, and I'll tell you why in a second. So I have my library card number, I'm logging on. And this allows me to sort, it does offer also job postings, but it also offers this part here, which I'm going to draw your attention to, is searching US businesses. So if I go here and I know the name of the company, I can put it in. I can also do an advanced search. This allows me to include unverified businesses, which could be a new business. Say you have an interview with a brand new startup. It's probably not going to be a verified business in this database yet. I'm going to go back to a quick search just for the interest in time. And I'm going to do a company search for, let's see. Let's just do a banking company. Let's do Chase. So this is giving me all of JP Morgan Chase. I can do a heat map. I can go to the summary. It gives me executive names. And then if I scroll here on the side, it shows me the corporate tree. So it gives me an idea of the size of the organization. So here is the New York JP Morgan Chase Bank. NA, this is the corporate tree. I can tell for myself, having done a few of these searches, looking at this, that this is probably going to show me the most information for JP Morgan Chase. This is a good way to get information, and I'm just using a very big company, but it gives you the opportunity to look at the company name, the holdings, where it is, and the sales volume. So again, it's interesting if you are looking at different companies and you want job security. You might want to go in and look at the company and the sales volume for different companies, and just noting that if it has a higher sales volume, it might be a more secure position, or if it has a lower sales volume, it could be for a variety of reasons. Maybe it's a newer company, that sort of thing. Any questions on this? Okay, another way to use Reference USA, which I'll talk about very quickly, is I'm going to go back to a new search. And if I do an advanced search, if I want to see, and let me just point your attention to search tips here. This tells you the different record types, whether they're verified or unverified. It gives you more information. Please, can you please mute your speaker? Thank you. So I can do a search here that is based on a map or on geography. So if I'm interested in opening my own business, I can look at the map-based search, which will give you a geographical area, and it can tell you how many businesses like the one you're thinking of starting are in the area and how well they do. So you can zoom into a geographical area once you have selected your company type or company name or company type. Okay. If you are curious about Reference USA or would like more information on that, that's certainly something that we can do at another time. I've done entire, and my director has done entire presentations just on Reference USA, but in the interest of time, and since I don't know who has access to it and who doesn't, we're going to move along. Let me just clean up my toolbar here a little bit. All right, so going back to researching, any questions so far?
No.
Okay. So under networking and professional associations, I know most of you, I'm sure, are familiar with LinkedIn. Rise.com requires a membership fee, but it is a higher level networking job search. People, companies will pay money to post jobs there. It was started by somebody who wanted to create a more exclusive job search, networking site. So there is a fee to join Rise. Live Career, we're having trouble with that one. I'm going to click on it, but I don't know that it was fixed. Hold on. Okay, yes. So Live Career is an interesting one. It was changed from, it's gone through a bunch of iterations, but they do have a resume builder, and they do have templates and resume services, plus cover letters, jobs by skill, by title, by location. My understanding about Live Career was that it was woman-based and women-driven, but I don't see that anymore. So I think they just went through some changes. I'm not quite sure, but I do like the structure of this website a lot. They offer examples for resumes and templates, and they also offer services for resume review and resume objectives, which I think that this is always something that people struggle with, right? Is whether to have their objectives, whether to not, at what level do you need objectives? Do you not need objectives? So I like Live Career and how they break things down. And I like that you can search for jobs by skill. So view all jobs by skill, jobs by title. You can search by location, and this is major cities. And then by company. And then further resources, there's a job apply tool, which helps you apply to multiple jobs. There's an app, and it gives you job description information. And then hidden job market from JobStar. I'm wrestling with this one a little bit. It's California based, but they have this hidden market, like this hidden jobs section. What is the hidden job market? And the perspective here on JobStar Central, which started, it's California. It was designed by California Libraries. And the hidden job market component is jobs that, their point is that 80% of jobs are never advertised. People find them by networking, by who they know, by getting a foot in the door from an introduction, that sort of thing. But the hidden market search takes you away from that and goes a little bit deeper. Unfortunately, most of the jobs they're advertising are in California. However, I do think the information they offered here on searching for a job can be applied anywhere. So this is jobstart.org. I can put the URL in the chat. Oops. But I do think it's useful information to just read through, and can also help when, if you're feeling maybe a little bit discouraged about why it's hard to find a job. Tony, would you mind putting that in the chat for me? So going back, seasonal jobs. I'm a hiker. My husband and I like to hike, so I like looking at these just kind of as fantasy. It's seasonal jobs in national parks, but it is interesting to see the breadth of jobs. Who knew that they were hiring for these kinds of things? It's kind of interesting to me. I want to scroll back up to the COVID-19 resources. Are you all familiar with the New Jersey State jobs and hiring COVID jobs and hiring portal? Okay, so this is through the state New Jersey COVID-19 hub. And it's accessible through the work subpage and through the Department of Labor Career Services page. So this brings you back to the state of New Jersey job hub that we were looking at before. Oops. As does this. Oops. It's supposed to. Okay, I will have to look into that. There is also the Labor and Workforce Development Division of Unemployment Insurance, and then Worker Benefits Protections and COVID. The Department of Labor offers Jobs Express. That's here. This is a different section of the website from what we were just looking at. It goes by region. And it shows you vacancies in various areas of employment, as well as specific companies that are hiring right now. So this is actually an excellent resource. If we go and look at business and financial operations. Oh, this is New York State. I'm sorry. Oh, forgive me. This is a New York area page. I apologize. My mistake. I apologize. I misread what I was bringing you to. So this is for New York State Department of Labor Jobs Express. So you can look in the New York City region. And again, this tells you the companies that are hiring in New York City region, as well as the areas. So if we go back to business, finance, and we'll do a radius of 25 miles, search. Would appear that their site is having some issues, but you get the idea. So this is a good resource if you're looking for jobs in the New York area as well as in the New Jersey area. Sorry, I misspoke before. And then there's also the New York City Small Business Service. This is a virtual workforce career center for the New York area. It allows you to look for jobs that fit with your experience. It also offers free training, and it is for jobs in the New York area. Any questions? Okay, then there's also the National Retail Federation for those of you who are looking for work in retail. This offers resources and tools started for workers displaced by COVID, but it actually offers some helpful current information as well. Okay, so I'm going to stop my screen share for the moment. I don't want anyone to feel overwhelmed. It's quite a lot of information. Any questions so far? Or any questions about, I mean, if there was anything you saw that you'd like me to go back to? You're muted, Tony. Can't hear you. Does anyone, you can put something in the chat if you have any questions, or if there's something that you would like me to circle back to. And as I said at the beginning, the best thing I can encourage you to do is, if you don't have one, go to your local library and get a library card. Librarians are by nature very helpful. And if we don't know the answer to something, we are going to be just as invested in finding that answer as you are. Any comments, questions, anything I can review again for you?
Any of the services that you said that you do require the library card for,
Uh-huh.
that is available online, I take it. You don't actually have to go to the library? Or you
Once
from home?
you have your library card, you do not have to go to the library now.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
No,
Anyone?
Amanda, what I wanted to say, and I'm the guy who caused the background noise. My damn connection's been going in and out, and I was trying to figure out the best way to connect with this.
I
Anyway,
knew it was you, Tony.
anyway, no, again, I want to stress to the folks, I'm going to record this. Also, too, when I send you the note, I am recording it. When I send out the recording, send you the note, I will give you the library site. Remember, it all starts with the library site, and on that right-hand side, job search resources for those in job search. I will spell that out in the note I send.
I can actually, I'm just going to put the link to the research page right in the chat right now, so everyone
Great.
can link to it. So
And
this
that'd be
brings you,
That'll be great, because when I send the recording, they get that stuff on the side.
yep, so there, I just put it in. And at the library, we also, on our public computers, we offer, Chrome, Safari, and the new Windows, all of which offer templates for resume building and cover letter building. And we are always happy to help with those resources. If we are busy, you might be on your own to spend some time working on it, but we are always there to help. Any other questions? Okay.
All right. Amanda, thank you very much. Again, as I said in the beginning, the library has been so great to this particular group. It goes back to 2009. I joined
right.
The group in 2011, became the facilitator then, and there has never been a time when they have not been there to help me. And even here during COVID, they continually make sure our presentations are in their newsletter every month, and every cycle that they have the newsletter. In fact, little story, woman who lived in Maplewood, moved to Chicago, still gets the newsletter, saw the thing, and she was an attendee on our sessions a couple of months back. And I said, how did you find our sessions from Chicago? She goes, I'm on the library newsletter. So again, they are so very helpful to us.
I'm also going to put my email in the chat, and you are free to reach out to me directly if you have if you think of any questions later on, I can help you. Or I can pass you on to one of my colleagues if I'm not able to do so at the time. I don't have slides because I just walked you through the links that are available on the website and through the link that I shared before. So
Yeah,
I didn't, this is not a slide
What I will
presentation.
do when I send this out, I will explain to folks how to get to the site, and then go and do exactly what Amanda did. Start drilling down on different topic areas that may work for you. It's kind of, you create your own slide deck depending on what topic works for you. I realized that as we were going along. So again, I will spell that out when I send out the email.
Yes, and I guess one thing that I can stress in preparing for this presentation, it's kind of the way of the world nowadays that all of the job building sites really want you to kind of sign in and create a profile. And I know that that can seem like an overshare, but I can't emphasize enough that it does seem to be very valuable to employers to see that you are invested in putting yourself out there. So that's just my 2 cents. But I wish you all the
Kind
best.
of like
And
kind of like another way with LinkedIn in terms
exactly.
of, again, being out there.
Yeah. So I'm going to leave the meeting, and I wish you all the best. And I look forward to seeing you at the library. Thank you all very much. Tony, if
Okay.
you want to take over.
Well, yeah, I just want to do one thing before we go. Guys, our next meeting is on February the 8th. I'll be your presenter that day. Topic contact, how to best use those in your job search. Very important thing. Again, I appreciate all of you being on this morning. And as usual, if you have any questions or stuff, please write back to me and I'll be happy to help. So again, all of you have a good rest of the week and we'll see you on February 8th.
Yep.
Take care.
Hey, Tony.
Bye now.